biting me. Okay. That. Where's my power cord? There we go. What? What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Okay, now I need to there we go. Ooh, the lens is a little bit. That did not help at all. That made it worse. I don't have. Whew, it is a little bit chilly out here. Well, it's not more than a little bit chilly. Let me see if I can fix this. Surprised I can hear the highway from here. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. And then I'm gonna check this one. There we go. Okay, so the Arizona Trail is about 100 yards down the hill that way. We're actually gonna walk the path down, which will be about probably a quarter mile. Man, I think I'm gonna, let me see how it's like. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go like this. I don't know how much in the sun. If I'm in the sun, I'm not too bad. But it was 25 degrees when I woke up this morning, and it has not got a whole lot warmer. I think it's close to 50. My thermometer says it's a little bit warmer than that, but the sun is shining out. So in the sun, it says it's 58 degrees, but there's a cool breeze. And so if you're in the shade with that cold breeze, it's like chilly. But it was really frigid. And then because I didn't look to see if it was supposed to get that cold, I had my back door cracked because it was pretty warm inside the van last night because from cooking and all that kind of stuff. And then I fell asleep and I woke up. It was 36 degrees inside my van, so it was freaking chilly. Ooh. Oops. Okay, plus I'm putting this on, so I'll probably, I'll be a little bit warmer and protected anyways, but man, it is just chilly. So we're gonna head north on the trail. I don't know how much or how well the signal is going to be for how long. I have great signal right here. I do need to fill up some water just in case. I am about a mile north of Highway 89A. I don't remember the name of the trailhead, which is about a mile away, but it might be it's not the Kaibab, it's something else. But there is a trailhead for the Arizona Trail right on Highway 89A, and we are about a mile from that. I'm a mile, and I'm not, so if you were to cut a diagonal, I'm a mile off of Highway 89, and then I'm a mile from the trailhead, which is also 89. So that's why I keep referencing both as being about a mile away. But so we'll see what the signal's like. Like I said, I don't know this, like where I'm at, I've never actually parked here before. I decided to go explore this little area. And man, I found a good spot. The best signal I've had since I've been out here. And I'm only 100 yards from the trail. Like, you couldn't ask for anything better. Okay, drink a little bit of water. And we're gonna get going. I do know, because I have ran this with you guys, that, do I have everything I need? I guess so. That I do lose signal up here. I just don't know where exactly it is, because it's been, whoa, where are you guys going on me here? Because I don't get much sun here because of the tree cover. I actually did need to charge off my vehicle a little bit this morning. But okay, why are you not finding the GPS? I can hear people chopping wood. There is logging that goes on up in this area. Jacob Lake is that direction. Actual Grand Canyon North Rim is about 60 miles that direction. Maybe not quite that. I'm not sure exactly. I think to jump on the highway and then take SR 67 down is about 60 miles from where I'm at. Straight line distance is probably not that far. But the end, the terminus, I want to say is only like 20 miles, if that, of the Arizona Trail. So yeah, we're just gonna do some miles. Like in this sun, I am quite comfortable, like temperature wise. So I watched for those of you, if you're not following along, the McKnight AZT. Reason why I've been starting my runs later in the morning than normal is because I've been watching the recap shows every morning, keeping a track on it, and I'd love to be able to sit here. You know, I would say probably he will come through here. I want to say they're shooting for like Tuesday to Wednesday sometime is when he's going to actually come through here. And I wish I could just sit here, cheer him on, or even run with him for the last little bit. But I have to be back. Gosh dang, I keep forgetting I need to attach this one thing because it keeps hitting me in the arm. If I'm like normally running, not a big deal, but when I'm holding a gimbal, it keeps hitting me in the elbow, forearm area. See if I can find the trail. Like I said, it's only like 100 yards. So here it is, right here. So this is the trail. This comes from the trailhead, or where it crosses 89A, and then this goes towards the northern terminus. And this is the direction we're going to go because we should keep a decent signal, the longest, going this way. There is a lot of undulating terrain, but it's even more undulating terrain. I need to make sure I need to mark. Somehow I need to mark that I need to turn here because I can't see my van, I don't think. I might be able to, but when I'm running, I'll probably totally miss it. Where's this road at again? Right here. How am I going to mark this? I don't know how I'm going to mark this. I mean, if I could remember this big-ass log, then it wouldn't be a big deal. I don't want to put something across the trail, because maybe I'll try and put that right there, maybe. I doubt I'll notice that, but I don't know. I mean, if I go too far, I'll definitely know, but, and then I can just backtrack and bring up the map or whatever, I guess. But I guess we're just gonna keep going. But anyways, it is a lot of undulating terrain. And so you go down in these little pockets that where you lose signal. And it's kind of weird being that, I mean, you're on a plateau. So you think of it just being a flat top, but it's the top of the plateau. I don't know if you could tell. There's all these little draws and everything, and you have to work your way around it. So it's not just flat, and it's even more so when you get on the other side of the highway because you're actually higher over there too. So even though I'm climbing right now, this is overall downhill. So you get higher. So I'm at about 7,600 feet. You get 2 miles the other direction on the other side of the highway, and you get up about 8,000 feet. So I don't know what it is at North Rim, but I do know that just about for the longest time you're at 8,000 feet or more on the other side of the highway. Because I've ran pretty much about a 30-mile section on that side, and then going this way I've only gone about 4 miles maybe down this section. That seems about right, about 4 miles. And then from the terminus, I've come this way about 4 miles. And that part is just super exposed and everything. So, as you can see, we got to cross down into this little draw. So who knows if I'm gonna keep signal or not, but yeah, I wish I could just stay here till he crosses in, comes by, and cheer him on. But unfortunately, I need to be back in Bozeman. So I will not be able to. I have an appointment actually in Helena on Tuesday morning, so I have to be back by Monday night. Unless all of a sudden he really starts to move, which right now he's going through the toughest section on the trail. So he will be picking up the pace probably after tomorrow. So that would be, Friday. So like Saturday on, he'll really be picking up the pace. The only thing that's going to slow him down is the Grand Canyon. But by then, you're 100 miles away from the end. So you're just going to be in total like smelling the barn, I guess you could say, finish mode. So hopefully everything goes well today. He had some issues yesterday. Sounds like I agree with what Jeff Garmeyer, his assessment was, with having some like electrolyte imbalances and stuff, caused some swelling in his knee that they're trying to get on top of, because he had some heat exhaustion issues. But as long as they can get on top of it and he can make it through today will be a little bit shorter of a day, but it's a tough section. And then it has a lot, it's like rugged wilderness. And then get some good sleep, and then hopefully by tomorrow morning when he wakes up really early to get through the Matazal field, be able to just push through and be good to go. Thought about coming down this road trying to find a parking spot, but because I knew it, there was this road that crossed the trail. Yeah, but I gave that other the road I came in on a chance, because I was looking at it. I'm like, I mean, it ends, like the road ended. The road turned into just a trail you could have still driven down, but the road itself ended where I parked at with a nice parking spot, a little camping spot. So I just took the chance, because you can't see if anybody's down there on it, that there wouldn't be anybody on it. And it worked out great. Nobody there. And it is other than, I will say, since I don't need my Starlink because I have such great cell reception, it's not a big deal. There is a lot of tree cover though. I wouldn't be able to use my Starlink. Where in the areas where I normally park, I can use my Starlink because it opens up a little bit. And there might be some spots in this area as well. In fact, I know there is. Further down on this trail, when you get close to the main road, there's some wide open spots where you can camp and stuff. But then you're a little bit further away from the trail. Like, you're still within at least half a mile, if not even a little bit closer. But and then the spot I'm at, I'm not going to charge the best, because the sun is, of course, this time of year, the sun's a little bit lower on the horizon. And then with those trees that are all around me are going to definitely impact how much charge I'm going to get. And my dumb ass, I didn't notice it. So the main road should be just right up here. You can see how wide open it is. So that's why I said that, most likely there's some spots up here. Because the main road is like right there. But my dumbass yesterday left my power inverter on all day while I was driving around doing whatever. So my charging was not 100%. So I think when I rolled in last night, my battery was at 39%. Because the day before, I was doing a lot of stuff on the computer, and I drained my battery quite a bit. So it was down at like 32% yesterday morning. Which, I mean, that's still a good charge. 7%, still a decent charge. But it's at 37 right now. So hopefully, I can at least get up to, 44 maybe. But I still got to do some computer work today and all that. My only worry is when I get back to Montana is it's not going to be sunny at all. Now, I won't have to have my refrigerator on, so there will be nothing drawing down the power. So what little sun I do get can charge the batteries, but it's not going to be sunny up there at all, at least for the next week. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up there. I'd like to stay there through Thanksgiving, but I don't know. Don't know. Oh man. Whew. It's a good thing I didn't put a jacket on, because I'm getting enough sun that it is definitely. Oh, somebody's been chopping this wood here. All of a sudden I was like, man, it smells like some pine, but you can tell, I don't know if it's trail maintenance or what. They're definitely I'm chopping some wood up here. Like I said, we could hear them with the chainsaws, so I'm guessing they're probably doing some trail maintenance, which for McKnight is good news. Yeah, because we're definitely getting closer to the chainsaws. We're right at a mile in. Oh gosh damn, what the heck did I trip on? There was a hidden, like, pyramid tip of a rock sticking out of the trail. It was underneath some pine needles. People right there. There's the vehicles. I think there's people cutting firewood actually. Up here maybe. Yeah, so it looks like they're just out cutting some firewood maybe. Last time I ran this section, this was actually the last time I ran on the AZT was actually on this section. Last spring I did come across some through hikers, and I remember there's like I don't know what it's called. I'd have to look at the map again. There's a little bowl depression called like the Devil's Cauldron or something. I don't know, something similar to that. Out here about, I want to say 3 miles. That is what I was trying to hit, but I went a little bit further than that. But yeah, I hit some through hikers on the way out. Stopped and talked to them for a while, and then on the way back they were actually right up here, stopped and just taking a break. Like the female was reading a book and the guy was, I don't know, doing what. I was at that time camped on the other side of the highway in a nice little spot right on the AZT as well. And so I told him, I go, because it was a little bit later in the day, and I was like, I don't know how far you guys are getting ready to go, but or trying to get today, but I have a campsite up there with lots of room if you guys are just looking for a place to be at with maybe somebody else to talk to or whatever, hang out with. And they're like, oh no, thanks, but I see some campground up here. Probably a hunting camp, I would guess. That's where I was talking about with the main road, so where there's some nicer spots, or wide open spots, I guess. But anyways, they were like, oh, we got somebody coming to pick us up in a little bit from the highway and we're going to go spend a couple days in Kanab. I was like, well, that'd be fun. And they're like, and they said how long it was going to be till the guy got there. And I was like, well, you might want to get going because there's a sign up here. I think it's right here at the main road or up in this area where you see how wide open it is. Yeah, that's definitely a hunting camp right there. Where the sign says Highway 89 is like 1.3 miles or something like that. And keep in mind, I just ran it, and when I came by the first time coming out, I saw that and I'm like, that says like 1.3 or something like that. And my watch hit like 2 miles or a little more than 2 miles even. And so they saw that sign, and so they were like, oh, we just only got, another 20 minutes hiking to get out there. And I was like, that sign is wrong because it is actually about this far. And they're like, oh crap. Well, I'm glad we caught up with you then. I'm going to try and go 6 miles total, so 3 miles out. I'm trying to keep it to around 10Ks this week. If I could do a 10K every day. And then next week, I'm going to try and do 10K running in the morning and then go hit the gym in the afternoon or early evening. And when I hit the gym, doing about another 45 minutes to an hour on the bike, the stationary bike, and then doing some strength training on top of that. So I'm not doing too much, easing back into it, mileage wise and all that. Supplementing with some bike miles. Trying to continue that trend where I do some morning stuff, doing 2-a-days, and start incorporating some higher intensity stuff. I watched Ali Ostrander's latest vlog on YouTube yesterday, and it's funny that she's training for the exact same race that I'm. My next race, not my A race, not my peak race, which is the Jackpot 100, but the USATF Individual Championships. So she's going to be training for that as well, which is really cool. I mean, you're talking somebody that won the collegiate title, individual collegiate title, for a couple years. But she hasn't really done cross country for 5 years? I think 2018 was the last year that she raced cross country. So it'll be cool to see her out there, because I think my race is right before that race. So usually I have just enough time from when I finish to run over, maybe grab my camera and stuff, and then, or my phone, because I'm not gonna have my phone on me while I'm racing, and just grab my phone and maybe take some videos. I remember Ali Buchalski last year was racing, and I got to cheer her on. I mean, there's other famous racers as well. I'm really hoping that Erica Kemp races this year too. So, I know she didn't last year, but it would be fun to see her back out there. well as even Molly Huddle and some of them. It'd be fun to see them get back out there. So we'll see. You never know who's going to show up. So, but I'm not going to be competing in the open category. I did that in it would have been 2020 was the last year I ran open, and I ended up DNFing because I was having some hamstring issues. And the reason why I was having the hamstring issues is because it was so fast that my hamstring was just like, nope. And it was a pace that normally isn't too bad for me, but because of my hamstring problems, it was a big no. It was like, hell no. And that's when I figured out, and even when I was moving fast, I was still, so you can see the main road right there. That's about how far it is for the longest time on this. But anyways, it was a big wake-up call for me, because I was like third from last, and by the second loop, before I finished the second lap, I was already being lapped by the lead people. And it's like, well, yep, you just cannot compete anymore with these open people during cross country. So now I just do the Masters. I think it was right at the top of this hill up here is where those thru hikers are at. And I'm at 2 miles from where I'm at. So like I said, it was definitely like, I had to tell them, it was like 2 point some miles. So I think it was, well, I don't know. It was definitely a sign up here, because they were on this side of the sign, yet it was up on like one of these, I'm pretty sure it was this hill up here that they were sitting. So maybe it wasn't, maybe it said like 2.1 or 2.3 miles or something, and I had to tell them it was more like 3. That might be what it was. Because I think they were going to just be like, oh, we can, get there in half an hour, when really it was going to take them over an hour to get there. But I really wanted to run this whole section. The problem is it's so far, I wouldn't be able to do it in out and back. I mean, I could, but it'd be a long, long day. Oh, this is a hill. I'm going to have to pee and fart. I'm worried I'm going to have to poop, which, I mean, I do have my emergency supplies with me if I do need to poop, but you can see all the way up into, what is that, you got, I mean, that's right outside of Zion, so I want to say it's what, Grand Escalante, and what is it? Grand Escalante. What's the other one? National parks and monuments and stuff out here. That's an awesome view. See if I can zoom in for you guys. Hopefully I don't lose signal. Whenever I change cameras, it always loses signal for like a split second. But yeah, there you can see the kind of like a little bit over this way is Canyonlands. Like there's an awesome viewpoint up here, and you can actually see like 4 of the national parks up there in the Utah. That's on the Utah side of the border, so that's how close we are. Like I said, it's only like maybe 20 miles from here. I don't even think it's that far. But here we go. But man, like that's just an incredible view. Like I think technically you can see, if you know what you're looking at, you can see what is part of Zion National Park. Like some of those, like some of the high peaks or whatever further in. And then, yeah, it's like Escalante and whatever the other one is. And possibly, I don't think you're actually technically seeing any part of Bryce National Park. It's only like 40 miles interior of what you're looking at there. There's all those national parks and national monuments right there. So it's pretty cool. I mean, the view is just phenomenal right there. Now, I know when you get further down here is where you start getting into a lot of burn damage. Like you could tell on these, there's a lot of burn damage, but I think this was more of a mitigation burn, like a controlled burn to keep it from being a full-blown, wildfire. But I know you get that way a little more, and then that's where you get into the burn area, as well as further south of here you get into a burn area on the trail. And I think technically the trail is closed. But that's why I was like, last year I know it was that way. Like you look at the trail map and it says the trail is closed. And they were getting ready to do McKnight ran through it last year because he started up here. So who knows? I might tomorrow morning. I'm going to stay here tonight. Possibly tomorrow night. I got to figure out tonight if I want to do the group run with the Bozeman clan on Saturday morning or not. But if I'm going to, then I have to leave here tomorrow morning. So I'll just do like a short little run. I probably won't live stream it, but I might drive down 67 to the next major trailhead and take off there and run south. That's kind of a cool section. It's in the burned out section, but it sits along the edge of the plateau, and so you get to see some really cool views. Pretty sure we're really close to where we cross the main road up here, if I remember right. So, right here. This is where the sign is. That had the distance where I was like, that distance is wrong. Sinkhole, that's what it was called. So 2 miles to the sinkhole. And Joe's Reservoir. That'd be cool to run to. And then on this side, it's on this side of the sign, I guess. It says, Highway 89A is 2 miles from here. And I have gone 2.5 miles from where my vehicle is, and I'm about a mile away from that point. So it's about 3.5 miles, actually. So that sign was wrong. But they saw that and figured they had 2 miles. So then when they went, half a mile that direction, they figured they only had half a mile left. They do not. They had about 3 miles left, which is, depending on how fast you're going. If you have a heavy pack, though, that's a good hour. But I would like to come in on here and check out back in that area, see if there's some good camping spots, because it looks like there would be. It's wide open. I can see the road. I'm guessing there's some pretty decent spots up there, and with it being wide open. And I have still 3 bars of signal out this far. I mean, I have 4 bars of 4G where the van's parked. So come in this direction because it is primarily downhill. So even like now where I'm kind of dropping down into this little draw, should still have a decent signal because you're below the cell tower. The cell tower sits right next to Jacob Lake, a little community or town or whatever. It's not really a town, but Jacob Lake. And it's pretty much just a gas station, and I think there might be a little restaurant there, and that's about it. And then a bunch of campgrounds right there. That's about it. There's a big cell tower there. And I think there's one closer to the national park with the North Rim as well, because we're in National Forest land here. It's all National Forest Service. This is the Kaibab National Forest, and we are up on the Kaibab Plateau. So we actually just need to go a little bit further, and then we can turn around and go back, even though there's a part of me that really wants that. I wish I would have thought about it with that. If I would have looked and saw that there was that, oh no, that'd still be too far, that Joe's Reservoir or whatever. I mean, yeah, that would have been a 21 mile trek from where I'm parked. So I would not have wanted to do that far. If it was 16, that'd be a little more doable if I would have thought about it. But we're not gonna. There's no way. 21 mile day, even though it's not technical. I mean, it's rocky, the trail. You have to, if you don't want to be on some, golf ball size or even baseball size rocks, you have to be vigilant about where you're placing your feet. Yeah, a tough 21 miles by any means. And it's not supposed to be really warm. I think the high up here is only supposed to be like 60 degrees. So. Oh, somebody's been on a bicycle recently. I see the bike tracks. I'm getting a little bit deeper. Let me check and see what the... Yeah, so I'm going to have to turn around anyways. Here pretty quick because the signal is not the best, and I'm getting a little bit deeper inside of this little draw right here, so it's like kind of, but I'm only, actually I could turn around now and run back towards highway. That'll be fine. In order to get my mileage, that would be fine to do that way, because I don't want to lose signal, so we're going to come back this way. see some people on YouTube watching. Go ahead and say hi. I think I can see chat. But who knows? Maybe I can't. I think I can, though. I have no idea how many people are watching on Twitch right now. For some reason, my dashboard is not showing me Twitch viewers, but it'll show me YouTube viewers. Okay, we're just gonna... Now we got uphill pretty much all the way back. There'll be a few short little sections that are downhill. Like once we get to the top of the little hill up here, the little open area, then it'll be downhill for a little bit. But oh man, I can feel this. I can feel that. It is actually pretty good uphill. Okay, I gotta walk for a little bit. This uphill is getting to me. Oh man. Just little tricks that you learn when you're out doing hard efforts. Even though today is not a hard effort, but you can use the same tricks at any time. Here we go. We're good to go again now. Just by doing some deliberate breathing exercises and you get your heart rate under control. But it's actually mostly my legs that I feel this uphill in. The out of breath thing is because I'm running uphill and talking to you guys at the same time. Okay, here's the road again. There's part of me that kind of wants to walk up this way. Or run up this way, maybe. For a little bit. Yeah, we can do that. I just want to check it out. Check it out. Oh. I think I'm getting a little too warm too, because being that it was so chilly this morning with I put my long pants on. So I had my running tights on and a decently heavy long sleeve shirt, I guess I should say, tech shirt. It's I guess maybe not decently heavy, but it's not as breathable as a lot of tech shirts, so it's kind of holding in everything and not, breathing very good. So I can't feel the breeze very good or anything like that. So the road goes off that way, the main road. What's up here though? I'm gonna check this out. So for everybody just tuning in, we are actually we just left the Arizona Trail to run down this forest road a little bit. Just because I'm always looking for new camping spots. So on my way back through, if there's not a lot of snow, I usually like to stay here for a couple weeks, just because I love running around up here and it's high elevation. Like I'm at, what does my watch say I'm at right here? Do I have that on here? Nope, I guess I don't have actual elevation. What? I thought I had it on one of my settings. Okay, I'm obviously gonna have to change that. At my van, I was at 7,600 feet. I would guess and say I'm probably right around that same elevation right here. Oh, well, this road. Okay, we're not going to go any further. I was hoping there was a spot, which I mean, you could pull off up here somewhere. But I was hoping there was a more established, kind of spot to park up here. Because you get off into the grass, and these little things are quite pokey. But you could easily park right here, and I'd actually rather park on this side because then I'd be wide open for my satellite. But well, ooh, well. See, now I know. Now that I came up here, I know. We're just gonna run back to hop back on the Arizona Trail again. There probably is some more spots if you just take the main road out. But who knows how far away, because the trail starts getting further and further away from the main road. Further down you get. So. And that's what I look for in a camping spot, is how close to the AZT can I camp at. Like where I'm at right now, I'm about 100 yards away. Oh, there it is. I was like, wait a second, did I run past the trail already? Because I know I don't climb this hill. But you know me, I zone out sometimes when I'm running, and then I just run right past things. I did that yesterday, and Barf Bag made fun of me for being lost when I wasn't lost. There's a difference between being lost, because if you're lost, then that tells me you just don't even know where you're at. Or yesterday, I just missed my turn. I knew where I was at, and I could easily find my way back out of there. I just missed a turn of where I was trying to get to, because I was still going out. Oh. Take a drink of water because my mouth is dry. These last couple weeks, being down here in Arizona, has done a number to my sinuses and everything, just drying me out. Breeze come through through the trees, but we're going back into it now, so I can feel it a little bit more. This is uphill, so I'm walking. I should run for a bit anyways until I get to the steeper part up here, but because even though this is uphill, it's not steep at all. It is just a slight uphill. I don't remember this being this steep when we ran down it. God dang, this is a climb, actually. Man, it is just so gorgeous out here. I might have to just say screw the group run and stay here a couple extra days. I did stop at the grocery store yesterday going through Flagstaff, so I have some food. I would be good to make it through. Let's see, I have enough food through to at least go through Sunday. So it'll take me a day to get back, or to get back to Montana from here. It'll be a long day, but it's a day. So, I mean, I'd be probably about 12 hours of driving, because I don't break any speed limits in my van by any means. I could. It drives well, but it also sucks down the gas if I do that. So if I just keep it, on the freeway, once I hit the freeway, keep it about 70, between 75 and 78, then I get about 17 miles to the gallon. But if I just bump it up to even like 81, 82, because the speed limit's 80 through most of the Utah section and Montana section and Idaho section, I guess, really. Well, Montana, there's only portions of it that are that fast, because there's a lot of windy road through there going through the mountains. But if I do like 81, 82, I only get like 14 and a half to 15 miles to the gallon. It drops that much, which is a difference overall. That's like 100 miles on a tank of gas for me. So it's a big difference. So I'm content with, driving, because time-wise, it's only, over about an hour is all I'm losing time-wise over that big of a distance. So, not a big deal to me. Actually, would it even be an hour? Let's see, what we're talking. We're talking about 5 miles an hour, not even an hour. So it's not even an hour difference time-wise for me to do 78 versus 82. So as long as I get out of here by, 11 in the morning or so, that'll put me in, getting in around midnight. Actually be closer to 2 in the morning, really. Because I'm going to lose an hour as soon as I cross into Utah. Time change. So, lose an hour, and then between gas stops, I'd have to stop. I have to stop once for gas, but I usually stop twice because then that gives me a chance to go to the bathroom and maybe grab a snack as well. But I mean, from here, I can make it to, if I wanted to, I could make it to Salt Lake City. And then I can easily make it from Salt Lake City to Helena, but I usually will fuel up at Fillmore, Utah, which is a couple hours south of Salt Lake City, and then I will fill up in Idaho Falls, in Idaho, which is about 4.5 hours from Helena. So. Those are just good stopping points. So. Plus, by the time I get to Fillmore, I'm ready to take a break anyways, usually. Sometimes I don't even make it to Fillmore, I just make it to Beaver. Because from here it's 2-lane until you hit the freeway, which is midway between Beaver and Cedar City is where I cross. You can cross right at Cedar City too, but that road is it's narrower, has a lot more tighter turns, so you're moving slower. It's a little bit shorter, but time-wise, it still takes you just as long to cross the mountain ridge, or the mountain range right there. And it does get a little higher. You're on that road, you're up at 10,000 feet, where if you take the one that goes midway, I don't remember what the little area is called when you get over on the other side where the freeway is, but if you take that way, there's only one section that has some corners, and that's where you have to climb over the top, where you have to slow down. But that's only like a 3 or 4 mile section, and then I think you get up to like 8,000 feet is all, maybe a little more than that. But most of it you can do 65, 70 miles an hour on, where the other road you're doing like 35, 40 for a huge section of it. So that's why I go the other way. Now the other way sucks because it's a little more friendlier road. You get a lot more semi-traffic and people going to Bryce National Park with their big ass RVs and camper trailers and stuff that potentially slow you down, but I think it's worth it to go that way. And in the wintertime, it's way better to go that way because it's not as... There's our peeps that were doing the chop in the woods. Oh no, we're not to the chop in the woods people yet. That's the hunting camp peeps. I think. Oh, maybe they're one and the same, you never know. But yeah, in the wintertime, especially when you're going over, climbing up to 10,000 feet on a super windy road, and I don't even know as if they plow it at nighttime, so it gets closed down quite a bit in the wintertime, where the other road, because it gets a lot of semi-traffic and everything, plus it's a little bit bigger of a road. It's still just like a state road, but state highway, but it is maintained a little better in the wintertime and not as bad, not usually as icy and snowy. Whew, man, it is. I don't know if it's warming up or if it's just because I'm working harder, but I am quite warm now with my running tights on, long tights, and long sleeve shirt. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I was cold this morning. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, it was 25 degrees outside, and it was like 36 or 37 inside my van because I left my back door cracked. Usually it doesn't get that cold in my van unless it's like, 5 degrees outside or something, 10 degrees maybe. Because it actually stays pretty warm in there, just with like my body heat and everything. And then I have just a little tiny heater, and I turned that thing on this morning and immediately turned it off. It's the first time I've used it. I got it because it's a smaller heater. So I would never have thought, because it doesn't put out a whole huge amount of heat. So I would have never thought that it would draw as much power as it was. But gosh dang, that thing was pulling like, I don't know, 35 watts or 30 watts or something like that. I'm like, gosh dang, that thing would just drain my battery. But I would have to figure out how I would configure it. But I would like to put just like a small wood stove in there. They're burning something over here. What are they burning? Huh. That's a little strange. Yeah, and this is right where those guys were cutting things. So it's a little strange that this stuff is burning there. Because they're all gone now. It's like, did they throw a cigarette out? I'm a little concerned. Like, did they throw a cigarette out and then it started a fire and they didn't notice it? Because we don't need any wildfires around here. What's going on? go over here and check on things. Because one, you shouldn't be leaving a fire going anyways. Looks like a campfire, but I'm just gonna see what this guy's doing. Maybe he's gonna go back. Yeah, he's turning back. Okay. Maybe he is. He's stopping anyways. I'm just going to kind of wait and see what he's doing. I don't have a lot of water. He's backing in. So. It's definitely not the time of year that you want to leave a little campfire like that, especially when it's potentially kind of gusty winds. And there's a lot of pine needles on this floor. I don't know if you guys can see it, that are all dead. Just gonna make sure, yeah, he's backing all the way up. But still, you drove off. I think they are up at that hunting camp, by the way. But you drove off with the fire still smoldering. Just put the fucking fire out. Excuse the language, everybody, but it's like they already have problems. It's been one of the, like a drier, not one of the driest, but a drier year for monsoon season. And so the fire danger is pretty high. Like down where I was at in Tucson, there was fire restrictions, even though the guy that was, oh yeah, I don't think anyway, it was fire restrictions. Then in Black Canyon, I didn't check and see what the fire restrictions there, because I mean, there was no chance I was going to be lighting a fire. But I was like, the guy that took the spot I usually have, like the night before I left, he had a campfire going and it was windy. That is like one of the stupidest times to have it, especially as dry as it was. And oh, I can definitely tell we're cutting down trees over here. Smell that pine. But yeah, especially as dry as it was and the wind gusts we had going through there, it's like, why do you have a fire going? And then up here, I stopped by the, because at the main trailhead over here, they do have, you know, a little National Forest Service information board, I guess you could say, and they usually post like fire danger and any fire restrictions, that kind of stuff. And the fire restriction, there's no fire restrictions per se, but they do say, you know, if it's windy, don't have a campfire, basically. And when I got here last night, it was chilly, but there was a little bit, it was not windy, but there was gusts. I was surprised though, looking off in one of the areas where I normally park if I'm only going to be here for like a day or two, because it has great sun exposure and it's wide open. Well, because it has great sun exposure, it's because it's wide open, so I can use my satellite, which I normally have to use there because I only get like 2 bars of cell signal, so being able to do anything on the computer or watch some streams at night is kind of iffy on my MiFi. So I usually have to use my satellite. But there was nobody there. This time of year, it's usually packed up here, especially that there's no snow, with people hunting and everything. But I'm guessing because there's no snow, probably the elk are closer to the actual North Rim, the national park, I would bet you. Because I usually only wander all the way over here when it starts getting more snow and all that. Because the further you get away, like I said, it's at least 1,000 feet higher there than it is here. So usually a little bit less snow. Oh, it looks like I lost my other YouTube viewer. It must not be interesting enough. Although I do kind of babble about nothing. And I must not have a lot of people watching on Twitch either this morning, because nobody's chatting. Unless my dashboard is broken and I just can't see that anybody's chatting. But let me look over here. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. That's what I want to do. Making sure that, yep, just double checking to make sure I didn't miss an alert, because for some reason my it'll pop up on the screen, but I don't hear anything. And so, because I have to keep my eyes on the trail, I don't notice it. So I have to check my dashboard notifications and make sure I didn't miss anybody. If I owe somebody some push-ups, I want to make sure I knock them out. Although, it wouldn't be too bad here. There's not a lot of pricklies through this section, so I'd be able to knock out some push-ups. I was really worried down in Tucson or actually really worried in Black Canyon, because there's a lot of little like prickly little grass that grows in Black Canyon that I was going to get a lot of follows, and I have to knock down some push-ups and I didn't have any gloves or anything. That would suck. Dang, feels like it's taking a lot longer to get back than what we did going up. Oh, I remember this little road that we crossed. I kind of want to go that way a little bit, just to look at things. Let's do it. Because that way, if somebody has my spot, I always like to have options open. I mean, there's definitely some wide open spots where you can pull off on this road if you wanted to, but I don't like to do that unless it's a spot that, you know, is more established where other people have been doing it for a while, because otherwise you're just tearing up new ground, and especially here where it takes a long time for it to grow back. Oh, this is a wide open spot. Looks like there's another little path that goes off this direction, maybe. I'll have to look at the map and see. No, it doesn't look like there's a road. This is definitely a nice wide open camping spot. Yeah, there's a fire ring right there. So this is just a big open camping spot. Definitely more sun exposure than where I'm at, but it would still be tough to have, like right there, if you're parked right there, man, you're gonna get lots of sun. But I wouldn't get any satellite, that's for sure, because this is the direction that I hook up to the satellite. So that would be the only difficulty. And I have 4 bars right here. I wouldn't even need satellite. This is a nice spot, man. Nice spot. Like if you're parked over here, it's super flat. Like this would be a good spot if you had a big 5th wheel trailer, and you might even be able to get a RV in here. Yeah, this is a nice spot, man. Other than the fact that I can't point my satellite where I need to. Other than that, this is a nice spot. Like I said, it's super flat and everything. Definitely get I can see the cell tower from here, so that explains why I get 4 bars. I'll see if I can zoom in so you guys see the cell tower. This is why I get good cell signal here. There's the cell tower right through the trees. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try and point at it. Right through the trees, right. Oh, this is delayed. Right there is the cell tower. So that sits right. Oh, hold on. That sits like within half a mile of Jacob Lake. So from right here, straight line distance, I'm only like 2 miles from Jacob Lake, probably. If you go by the highway, it's a little further than that, but I mean, we're kind of diagonalized here. Man, this is a nice spot. There's a part of me that actually wants to move over here. That's a nice spot. Like a whole lot more sun exposure than where I'm sitting. And it wouldn't take much for me to move over here. It might be worthwhile just so I can get a decent charge on my batteries. But we'll go back up here to the trail and continue on the way back. I mean, I should only be like half a mile from the van, I would think. Because I'm pretty sure this is just the next road up from the road I came in on. Here's the trail. I think we will come up here just a little bit, and I think we drop down into that draw, and then it's just a little side hill we go up and over, and we're right there. And then I just got to look for my big ass log as my marker for going back to my van, since you can't see it. But see, we're going, I was talking about being diagonal, like that direction is Jacob Lake, and we're going back this way, so we're actually getting a little bit further away than we were right there even. But man, that was a nice spot. Somebody was driving back in here too. Oh, it's because they were chopping up a tree over here. So I think what these guys are doing is they probably got firewood permits to chop down a lot of these dead trees that have fallen over, because it's still really good firewood, because that's what it looks like. They're scavenging the dead trees. That was definitely a tree that has fallen over, so probably from last year when they had the crazy wet season. Yeah, here's our draw that we dropped down. And it was crazy wet season, and then really stormy, so it was like high winds, and so you had the saturated ground, and then these high winds that were just knocking over some of these bigger ponderosas. Just kind of climb up over this little side hill, and then when we start going down, that's where I should see my big dead log on the side of the left hand side of the trail, and just a little ways past that is where I need to head back towards the van. But really my van is like just right up there somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Oh, I can see it. It's right there. Okay, so I can see my van. So we're just gonna head straight to it, I think. I was gonna say, should be able to see the van. Like I said, on the map, I was only like 100 yards from the trail, which, yep, I'm 100 yards from the trail. So we're gonna head up there. And I can see the fence line too. And the road I come in on is right along this fence. It's a little spot fenced off for a little protected area for some reason, whether that's reforestation or a possible little wet area, like wetland type of area, whatever. Weave my way through all these pine cones and stuff. But there we go. There is a little wetland area right off the highway where the trail comes through too. I mean, you have to go at least probably half a mile off the highway before you get to that little area, but quite often, especially in the springtime, it's definitely a pool of water there. Whew, okay. So we did exactly a 10K by cutting across like that. Yeah, see, I am getting 0 sun. So I think I actually am going to move just so I can make sure I get some sun. Maybe if I parked out here on the road, I'd get a little bit, but it would still be not the best. But okay, everybody. Well, that is going to be it for today's run. And then, like I said, I think I'm actually going to move to that other spot so that I can get some good charge on my batteries. But I will see you guys. Oh, it's barf bag. I just now noticed, I don't know when you got here, but we're gonna be done. Caught me at the end of my stream. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice spot. This is a really, really nice spot. Because you're, like I said, you're really close to the Arizona Trail, which was right there. But we would be just as close to the Arizona Trail at that other spot. And, but here I have no sun. But this was such a nice spot because I have 4 bars of cell service. The spot that's just over that way, probably realistically, straight line distance, maybe a quarter mile, also has 4 bars. But it's wide open and I have sun. So I'm going to move over there. And be able to charge my batteries because I am low. Because, like I said earlier, somebody left his inverter on while he was driving yesterday, so he did not he didn't get as much of a charge as he normally would. Let's put it that way. So, plug that. There we go. Friday stream again tonight. You can get Starlink to play nice. Yeah, I saw when he went live, or when I woke up that he went live. I fell asleep really early last night, so which is probably not going to be good for me today. Oh well. But yeah. Well, that is going to be it for me. It is pretty late in the day since I've been waiting to stream. Yeah, it's lunchtime for me now, so I'm going to go move really fast, and then I'm going to make myself some lunch and try and get some stuff done on the computer as long as I can get good sun. So, bye everybody, and we will see you possibly tomorrow morning. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If I'm going to toss out the group run in Bozeman on Saturday morning, I'll stay here an extra night. Then I will run the opposite direction tomorrow morning. Or maybe I'll just do a long run tomorrow morning, and we'll see if we can make it all the way down to that lake. No, because that'd be a 20-miler. I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do. But bye. Love you all.